Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Rich. And thanks for everybody being here tonight. It looks like about half the house from your hands are new folks, and the other are repeat offenders. So we really appreciate those of y'all that come back. And those of y'all are new, I hope you get a little something out of all this fun tonight, other than the free beer, free wine, and free food, which is why I'm here. So anyway, perfect little discussion about Renters Warehouse tonight. Usually I talk about something else, but I'm glad about half the room's new because I want to talk a little bit about what we do in terms of Renters Warehouse Houston. So let's go through that real quick if I can get the thing to go. Let's see, here we go. He's not working. Can you go in advance for me? Yay, all right. So, get it going? Thank you. Beautiful. All right. So what do we do? Renters Warehouse Houston. Renters Warehouse Houston. Yes, we are co-hosts on this event. We've been teamed with Jet Lending now for 10 plus years. But what do we do other than just buy beer and bore you up here? So really it's pretty simple. There's really 5 things that I think that we do that you might be interested in. Number 1 is that we help you buy property. So if someone is looking for investment property, we're a licensed brokerage, and that's what we do. We're investor friendly. Rich has bought over 1,700 houses wherever he is. I've bought over 400. We are an investor first, landlord first brokerage. So that's kind of what we do with our agents. So they'll be able to speak to you in investor terms and not just put you into a homestead. So if you're looking for investment property, we always have opportunities. Sometimes our clients that have rental properties in place want to sell, and so we'll always send those out to our folks first to buy a ready-to-go turnkey rental property as well. So we help you buy property. That's the first thing, and I've actually bought a few of those in my life. But the other thing that we do is that we help you find a great tenant, right? I've spoken over the last 22 years to a lot of people that have talked about how they hate rental property and they hate being a landlord. And every single time I've asked, why did you hate it? What do you think the number 1 reason why they hated being a landlord on their first try was? The tenant. That's exactly right. The tenant, the resident. I mean, that person, that tenant is going to make or break you and is going to decide your future in terms of whether you ever buy another rental property. And usually it's because they didn't do background checks. They didn't call the previous landlord. I didn't say the current landlord, the previous landlord. Sometimes the current landlord will actually tell you they're great because they want them out of the property, right? So they're like, oh, they're fantastic. They're great. I'd rent to them. Call the one before and see what they say. So we do a lot of things in terms of running background checks, credit reports, criminal reports, global terrorists, pedophile, the whole 9 yards to really screen our clients. We also, our tenants, we also have technology where we'll look in their bank account. It's a soft look through Plaid, if you guys know what that is. And we'll see that the amount that they say they make is actually what's being deposited into their bank account with a little soft look. So we do a lot of things to make sure that the tenant, is a good tenant coming in. And one of the things to walk the walk, which some of y'all know because you've heard me talk before that I think is big, is that we guarantee every tenant that we place. So if that tenant turns out to be not a great tenant, even though we thought they were and they passed all the check boxes, we'll actually put another tenant in for free and not charge you a commission. I don't really know any other brokerages that will do that. They'll charge you another commission, they'll act like they're sad, but they're happy to make, that next commission. So that's something that we do to as far as number 2, the second thing that we like to do in terms of property management and leasing. The other thing is we, of course, manage your rental property. And this one made me laugh about, what people think we do in terms of what we actually do. But we manage your rental property. So for any of y'all that are landlords, you know that there's things like I talked about earlier at our booth that pipes never break at midnight, or I'm sorry, at like 2 p.m. on a Thursday afternoon, right? They always break midnight Saturday night. So we're going to be there to take that load off of you. We're there to collect the rent and push the tenant along if they're paying late. But what I always like to say is these 2 things to maybe give you a little push is 1, our cost of property management's a flat fee and it works out to be a little under $5 a day. It's like a Starbucks coffee. So we're trying to make it affordable for landlords to use us so that way we can get your business. The other thing that we do, and you've heard me talk about it last month, and that is we do a 90-day test drive. So if you try us for 90 days on the management side and you think we're horrible, just fire us and we'll give you all your management fees back. So you actually have a no financial risk if it doesn't work out. So as you can see, Rich and I are trying to give people reasons to try us, because we do feel like we walk the walk 99.9% of the time. We do mess up, but we try and walk the walk, and we do that with that 90-day test drive. So $5 a day really, and try us for 3 months. If you don't like us, that's fine. We'll go on down to our business. So the other thing we do, number 4, is we'll collect the rent, right? That's always fun. We've had a couple clients that have come on board that actually engaged with us because they had family members that were in the rental property, and they felt bad about hitting their wife's brother up for the rent money. They're like, hey, can you do this for me? Absolutely. So we collect the rent, right? And I love this one, right? That's actually the look that we get a lot of times when we hear why the rent's going to be late. And we've heard every excuse in the book, as you can imagine. But trying again to give you another reason to use us, we have a rent default insurance. I don't know of any other property management company that does this in Houston, where we will give you up to 2 months rent if the tenant doesn't work out. Tenant moves out in the middle of the night, we apply a security deposit, still doesn't work, we'll go ahead and give you that rent, up to 2 months rent, until we get another tenant in. So for some of those people that say, well, what happens? How do I pay my mortgage if that landlord or that tenant does end up moving out, right? What do I do? Well, this is one way to mitigate that risk some, is by offering that rent default insurance, that rent guarantee. So again, just trying to think outside the box as landlords ourselves to make it kind of more palatable to use us as a property management company. And then lastly, the one that I think everybody likes the best is that we're going to send you the money. So we're going to help you find a property, we're going to help find you a tenant, we're going to manage the property, we're going to collect the rent, and then we're going to actually send you the money. Now, daily rent reconciliation, I put that on there because most property management companies reconcile on the 15th of the month. So if your tenant pays the rent on the 1st, they're waiting until the 15th of the month to reconcile the books and then send you the money around the 20th. So you're getting your rent like 3 weeks after it was paid. Never understood why we do that. Well, I actually know why they do it. It's easy. Do it once a month. You do it all at once. It's more efficient for them, but is it efficient for you when your mortgage is due on the 15th? No. So what we do is we actually do daily reconciliation. So you're going to get your rent about 3 to 5 business days after the rent's paid. Of course, it's got to clear our account, clear your account. That's most of the time, but we do that so that way you can get your money in quicker than waiting until the 15th or the 20th. So that's the 5th thing that we do. So hopefully, you get an understanding that if we take over that heavy load from you, we take those repair calls, we collect the rent. When it's delinquent, we go after the tenant. We handle all those fun things that happen as a landlord, and for those of y'all that own a property, this will give you time to do 1 of 2 things, right? Either time to go find another investment property, which is a big thing. Your time is actually better spent doing that, right? Or you can just retire and not worry about your property management portfolio as much as if you're having to handle all that every day. So hopefully that gives you an idea of kind of what we do. I would say if you do have rental property and you're DIYing it, we would love to have your business. If you're thinking about buying rental property, we'd love to help you through that process and then help you find a tenant and or management for you. So to go ahead and engage with us, the big thing is find somebody in a pink shirt, right? Pink shirt, pink shirt, pink shirt. So find somebody in a pink shirt. We'll be more than happy to tell you a little bit about us. You can also stop by our vendor table. You can email us. You can go to our website. You can call us. You can get a carrier pigeon and send us a message. It doesn't matter, but we'd love to have your business. So thank you very much. Thanks for letting me talk a little bit about what we do, and we'd love to have you all as a business we can.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe below.